So howdy from the trail. I am getting close to Boiling Springs, and we've already had a good morning because we all got up early and got to go to a little general store that's right off the trail, and it's only like a mile and a half from camp, and get breakfast. They had breakfast sandwiches and subs and all kinds of stuff. We thought they opened at 7 because that's what Far Out said, but it was really 8. But gave us a chance to dry out a little bit of stuff. All our tents were just dripping with condensation. We were right by a stream last night. It was so humid, but all good. And now we're going to head into Boiling Springs and get some lunch. I think the crew is going to go get pizza. I'm going to stop at a little cafe that has fresher stuff. I'm kind of burned out on Italian and heavy pizza, that kind of stuff. But looking forward to some town food again. Just got off the phone with my son, and that's why I've got my little AirPod in. I wish I could have shown you, though, when I was talking to him, this cool rock garden that I was going through. It's more like house-sized boulder garden that you kind of like get, kind of between the boulders and up and over them. And it was really scrambly and fun. I kept telling my son, all right, just a minute. I'm really got to climb up on this boulder, so I might lose you for a minute and with concentration. But I didn't want to, say, let's get off the phone so I can make a YouTube video. Didn't feel right. We only talk about once a week while I'm out here, and we talked for like an hour. So he was sharing some really deep thoughts. I love his just young adult mind and how it's blossoming and figuring things out and figuring out some pretty deep stuff with just spirituality and his life goals. And he's a good boy. I'm proud of all my kids, and it's so reassuring to be out here, know that they're okay, and that I don't have to worry too much. I'm a mama and I'm a worrier, so I'm gonna worry no matter what. But anyway, Untouchable is the only one who might not make it to Boiling Springs. His pack is literally falling apart, and he may have to get a ride to get to an REI to get a new pack, so that sucks. And he's due a stretch where he doesn't have to worry about gear or shoes or any of that nonsense, but he's not there yet. But we will be in Duncan tomorrow, so that'll be a nice little break to do a Nero into there. And I'm going to spend the night at the Doyle. We all are, and that, I know in the past, has been creepy for people, but apparently it has new owners, and they're trying to do a good job with it, so we'll find out if we all walk away with bed bugs or not. Glad to be here. Beautiful. Boiling Springs is a little more bougie than I was expecting. This is beautiful. Look at this house, or whatever it is. Maybe it's a museum, or an Airbnb, or whatever, B&B. Man, this is the kind of place I'd want to stay the night, but I can't, because I got a lot of miles to make still. But I'm going to go find something to eat, and it's going to be good. So I'm making my way through the Cumberland Valley. I probably have about, I would guess, 10 miles to go before camp. And it's probably 4-ish or so. I'm not going to look. We spent way too much time in Boiling Springs. We had a great lunch. Had a turkey Reuben, a salad, chocolate milkshake, and then a big old Arizona tea, which I'd never had before. Do you know Arizona teas are only 99 cents? I had no idea. It was really good too. It was like a half lemonade, half tea, and Arnold Palmer. So I may have found my new favorite trail drink. And then I had sparkling water. So the worst part about this valley is when you drink all that liquid to rehydrate, you gotta pee, and a lot of open fields. And every time I think, well, maybe I'll go right now. Nobody seems to be out here. I see somebody coming. So gorgeous though, gorgeous day. Humidity is low despite how sweaty I am. And Untouchable did not make it to REI. I guess he decided to just limp along with this pack, but he did make it to Chipotle, which was his end goal. So I'm glad he found a ride there. And all of us are fat and happy and making our way to the shelter, which we'll all roll into probably between 7 and 8. I'm making the best time I've made on the AT since I started through this valley. So I'm hoping my goal is to get there by 7:30, but it'll probably be beyond that. We'll see. At the cemetery, and most of the tombstones are so old you can't even read them anymore. 1898 is the only one I can read, so these are old. Pretty place to rest. It is 6 p.m. and I have 6 miles, so I will not make it by 7:30. Hopefully by dark, but still making really good time. But I had to stop and lather up with Caritin because Pocket Sport texted me and said he found 3 ticks on him in the last hour, and he's ahead of me. So I had not applied it since this morning. It was time, but I also had to put some water in my buffalo pasta salad, which I'm gonna cold soak and eat tonight. I had a hole in the bag, so I made a big old mess. Had to dig out my pot while I'm holding this bag that's leaking. So anyway, back on the road. Hopefully no more snafus. So that's I-81 out there, and I think it's the highway I'll probably be driving home in about 8 days or so, because I gotta go home for a graduation. So it's kind of fun to see it already. Wave to my future self out there. In a double blaze, you'd think you'd have to ford the river. You just go under. Spooky and cool. It feels good. 2 miles to camp. About to collect water at a spring, but look what I found. See, even still got some tires left. This is crazy. Last mile to camp. Of course it's uphill because, you know, why would the AT give you a break at the end of the day? That's when it really likes to crank up the heat. But 1 mile, so not so bad. And it's gentle-ish. I know that Pocket Sport's already there. The rest of the crew's behind me. So as long as I make it before I have to dig out my headlamp, I'll be a happy camper. I lied. It did not say gentle. It's rocky and steep and crappy. Now I'm sweaty. I hate ending the day sweaty. Almost there. But gotta show you this little stone bench here. It's really kind of clever. overlooks this really pretty view of the valley. I think this little house right here is so special. It really sticks out there. It's a pretty night. But I have tenths of miles to make, so onward. Ooh, Darlington shelter, right down here. But we're in Pennsylvania. Hey, hey.